so we will call the agenda setting meeting by the Beaufort County School Board Executive Committee to order. It is Monday, January 9, 2023. Could you display the, thank you, Robin. We need a motion to approve the agenda.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve today's agenda.
I
Thank
second the motion.
Okay. Motion made by Ms. Middleton and second by Colonel Guyer. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Chloe Gordon joined the meeting.
Is approved unanimously. We will now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. The media was properly notified. Next up on the agenda are the committee meeting minutes of December 1.
Madam Chair,
To approve those? Yes.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the December 1st, 2022 committee meeting minutes.
I will
All right,
second.
and I'll second it because Colonel Guyer, are you all right with that? Or
Yeah, that's right. I wasn't.
Apologize, my sound was off and not working properly. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So Robin, can you display those?
You want me to display the minutes or the vote?
The minutes. Please.
Yep.
All right, so Angela or Dick, any corrections or comments?
None that I see.
Yeah, I didn't either. Okay. All right, any further discussion? There being no hands up, all in favor of approving the December 1, 2022 agenda setting meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, that passes unanimously. Next up, we have setting our board meeting agenda for January 17, 2023. So we'll have the draft agenda, please.
Give me a second. Okay.
All right. Thank you. So we have all the usual stuff at the beginning. Looks like the date is correct, the time, 4:30 for executive session, 6 for public session.
I just said it at,
Conferencing.
yeah, I just said it at 4:30. I'm not sure if that's what you want to do. So that was that. Just looking at the executive session, I put 4:30.
Yeah, that's fine, because I had a brief conversation with Dr. R this afternoon, and it sounded like that's when it would need to be from all the things that were going to be under executive session. But we can decide in just a minute. You've got about the public comments. If we don't finish on the 17th, we reconvene on the 18th. Okay, so let's see the executive session. I'll let everybody read it because I guess, yeah, everybody can read it, except for, can you read it, Carlton?
No, I can't, but no problem.
Okay. We have receipt of legal advice regarding 5 pending matters. We'll have the personal ratification report, the adult ed homeschool report, some contracts regarding Bluffton Elementary School HVAC, Bluffton Middle School safety, security, tech infrastructure, and athletics, May River High School safety, security, and athletics, Broad River Elementary School HVAC, and Hilton Head High School existing fieldhouse renovations, and another executive session item will be Robin Cushingberry, executive assistant to the board, annual performance review, and we really just need 2 documents in there in the executive session folder, Robin. The totals, you know, the compilation of of the individual board members and then the anonymous comment sheet. So, Angela and Dick, do you have any other comments about executive session?
Will 4:30 give us enough time?
That's what I was thinking.
Because there are 5 legal matters.
I know there's a lot there.
Wendy, this is Frank. Can you give any guidance on how much time you think that's going to take?
For the executive session items, probably about 40 minutes, maybe 40.
For the legal ones?
Well, we have, mine will be very brief, but we'll have Mr. Matthews on the Smith case, and then Mr. Williams will be providing legal advice to the board.
Okay.
I'm actually going to rewrite the part about Mr. Williams. I'm going to write his language. It's legal advice on a
So
matter
she-
covered by the attorney-client privilege.
So take that out. That's not part of the 5 pending. That would be a separate
I'll
item.
do that separately. I think that would be better. I
Okay.
haven't spoken to Mr. Williams, but I think that's the language he would want.
So I'm of your mindset, Angela. It seems like I don't see how we can accomplish all this in an hour and a half. So if you and Colonel Guy are in agreement, it seems like 4:00 is more reasonable.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. So we'll go to 4, and you'll add the wording regarding Mr. Williams from Wendy.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Anything else there, Dr. R?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the public session, which will start at 6, and it's always better if we have a few minutes between the 2 sessions. Have our usual order there. We're going to have a student performance, it looks like. Very nice. Points of celebration. All right. The first public comments. Move down to the chair report. Yes, the committee assignments. Your executive administrative assistant evaluation results should be not a public discussion, but will be an executive session
Okay.
since it's a personnel matter. Thank you. So what committee reports are we going to have, Robin?
None.
None.
So I'm gonna put, there's no committee reports because nobody's met yet.
And there were none left over from December? I thought operations.
Wait a minute, operations, December 14th, December
Yeah.
14th.
Okay.
December 14th would be the only one. You're right.
Okay, so let's add
We have
that.
Out of them.
administrative regulations from that meeting.
And they have some ARs they're gonna,
A few.
okay. And you can get with Robin, Wendy, on what those.
Yes, and then
So we can
Ms.
list
Walton,
them.
yes, and then Ms. Walton did her, I think it was her OEN personnel. I'll follow up with Ms. Walton too.
Okay, thank you.
I think that will go under, that was voted to go on consent, so I'll put that on consent agenda.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay, yep. Next up, Dr. R, we have the superintendent's report.
Yes, under student achievement, I'll have a presentation or section on student support, which will touch upon the multi-tiered systems of support. And then under other matters, we wanted to give a community project review committee 2.0 update. They've met several times. They're going to be doing some school visits this week. So it'd be nice to just have a quick update on that for you all.
Looks good. We don't have anybody's hand up. Nope. Okay. Just checking.
Carlton is on the phone and Chloe's on the phone.
Okay,
And Earl is in, just to let you know.
okay, thank you.
And William is just now coming in.
Okay. All right. So then we're down to board business action. And so the book appeals, I think we need a specific motion there. I can give I would say something, motion to uphold the book review committee's plural decisions on the books that were reviewed, and then literally list the books that were reviewed.
Are you planning on dealing with it as a group, as a collective group of books, as opposed to one at a time?
Yes.
Just a question. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would do it as a group, and then if a
Yep.
board member or board members, plural, decide they want to discuss one at a time, we can pull them out of there.
Okay.
You good with that, Dick and Angela?
Yes.
Okay.
So what are we saying here? Motion?
Well, you don't, I would just leave a book review. What was it called? Book reconsideration.
It was appeal of the
Appeal of book.
review committees
Appeal of
decisions
book
on the
review.
following books, but I think it would be more helpful if it wasn't so just, appeal of books. That's awfully
Uh-huh.
broad. I think we just need the motion there, because that's our job, whether we're going to uphold it or not uphold them.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I can I can get with you, Robin, after we finish tonight, and I'll just tell you what I had, and then Wendy can say yay or nay or tweak it or whatever to the motion. It was what I just said.
We'll get it afterwards. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then for the new members that are in attendance, we have as I mentioned in my email to you all about your committee preferences, we do have a lobbyist, legislative lobbyist, and her contract we look at annually. And I couldn't find her contract, Wendy, so you're going to need to provide us the contract, please.
I have a copy of it. I'll send it out to the board.
perfect.
I have it.
Yeah.
I have the contract, so.
Thank you, Robin.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So that will have a motion related to that as well. And if I look at the contract, we can, or Wendy can word that one.
Mhm.
All right. And on the consent agenda, there are going to be some board meeting minutes, December 13, January 3. And then also it sounded like the operations ARs.
OEs. It would be the OEs.
Yeah, because I was going to say the ARs we would just, yeah,
Yeah, they're there for your information.
right.
So it would be the OE, and I'll go back and get the number of
Number, okay.
what the OE
Yeah.
was.
And then the ARs will be in your board packet.
Yeah. All right, and then the meeting, the last few things there are what we always have on the agenda in that order. And if we don't finish on January 17th, we will reconvene the following day at 6 p.m. All right, committee members, Angela and Dick, any other comments? Oh, here, great, Robin, thank you. Before we go to that, here's our future agenda topics.
Madam Chair, when will we meet to do the agenda for the work session? Or
So
I
I
should
was
ask-
thinking, it might be best to wait since it's January 27th, correct, Robin? That's the correct
Yes.
date?
Mhm.
Yeah, it would be ideal to do it right after we have our board meeting on the 17th.
Okay.
And we can set that tonight, like if we want to do it on the maybe the 19th, because that would still give the staff the full 8 days, but we would also know kind of, we might have more information for discussion at the work session after the meeting.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So some of these look like they went to the committees. Can you scroll back up, Robin? Yeah, so,
And Robin,
These two, the update on East, those two are supposed to go to the operations committee.
yeah,
As
So
well
I
as
think,
start to-
I think the third one, I'm not sure, but I was under the impression that third one
This was covered,
in the last operations committee.
that was covered with grievance, yes.
Correct.
This is done.
So that one's
I can
done.
take that one off.
Actually, it's a
It was
I-
covered under the grievances and they brought that information.
but
Okay,
I thought that it was bringing something back to the operations committee.
but we're talking now the agenda for the board business meeting of January 17th. So the public comments, that could go on the work session for January 20, what's the date? 27th?
yes.
Yeah. And the results monitoring report forms, I believe that was Kathy's suggestion.
That was at
Kathy
the
and
last
Mel.
work. Yeah, it was at the last work session and there was some concern. And so we said that we were bringing that back to the work session. And I think Dr. Rodriguez, Tanya has some suggestions because
Okay.
we went back to look at it. So that was coming
Okay.
back to the work session in January.
All right, so that can be assigned to January 27th as well.
Can the discipline details be assigned to the work session as well?
I'm not sure, if Earl is on or not, but I thought,
Yes,
some of
he
that
is.
was discussed at the, work session and maybe in operations too.
Earl, would you like to chime in?
No, I don't have anything. As far as the discipline details, I've always taken care of that, so don't worry about that. Just take that off.
Okay, thank you. All right, the next one, the Robert Smalls, see something, say something, gaggle.
I think that was also in the operations committee where they spoke about gaggle and I think they talked about that one in the operations as well. Or in
Okay.
operations.
So then that one could come off. So the 4x4 schedule at the high school, that sounds like not a topic for the
That was Tricia.
Tricia, okay.
Yeah.
And that sounds, I mean, I don't think that would be a regular board meeting topic, so. I think we covered all the ones here. What was the one, I know I mentioned one to you, Dr. R, today, for the January work session.
Escapes me right now.
I know, me too, so. Sorry about that. I'll
That's
think of
okay.
it, and we're not doing that agenda right now anyway, so.
That's okay.
Colonel Geyer's hands up.
Yes, Colonel
and
Geyer.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My roof is being repaired, so you'll hear some background banging going on.
Okay,
4 years ago, we met in January to look at providing 8% money to do the design work for the additions to May River High School and River Ridge Academy. Because we knew we had a considerable problem with capacity south of the Broad, and we wanted to make sure we had shovel-ready projects ready to go as soon as the referendum passed. Now we're having a capacity issue again. And I know the committee has been meeting and is looking at what construction we need to do south of the Broad. And I don't know if January is the right time to talk about this, but that's when we started the process to get the 8% money and the architects contracted so that by the time the referendum came about, we were ready to go to work. And I think we need to look at that again this year.
So that seems like, thank you, Colonel Guyer. That seems like that would be a good work session topic.
8%, what are we calling it? Construction, 8%?
I think we're talking about expansion options or so. Is that correct, Colonel? Yeah.
Sure.
So I think just so we all know what we're talking about, it would make sense if we put expansion options and 8% or something like that. So that it'll remind us of this conversation Colonel Guyer brought up.
And we can put work session under there.
Is it going to be the January one?
It sounds like probably if we,
Or you just want me to put work session until we
no,
determine?
put January, and then we can modify if we need to.
Are the officers okay if where it says expansion options, if we said expansion options and and planning or something like that? So we're focused on the dates ahead.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
I would add to expansion options, planning for possible 8%.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect.
Just to let you know, Victor also has joined.
Yes, I see. Thank
Okay.
you, Robin.
I don't see any hands.
All right, so I think we have concluded our agenda setting for January 17th business meeting. Dick and Angela, anything else you would want to add or have any other comments regarding that meeting or? Okay. So the next order of business should be setting our next date for agenda setting, which, as we already mentioned earlier tonight, looks like maybe Thursday, January 19th would be good. And 5 p.m. is always good for, I know, Angela and myself. And Dick, would that work for you?
That would be fine.
Is that good, Robin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that will be Thursday, January 19th at 5 p.m. and we'll do we can do it hybrid or I'll be remote.
So we're going to do it Zoom or are we doing a hybrid?
What is the committee's preference?
I'll have to Zoom.
Yeah, me too.
Zoom's fine.
Okay. Do we have any other business, Robin or Dr. R or the committee members?
No, thank you.
No,
ma'am.
I just want to say I appreciate the attendance at tonight's meeting. It's really nice to see so many of our new board members and old or experienced board members connected tonight. Thank you for your service and putting in the time. We appreciate it. The board appreciates it, and so do the voters and constituents. All right, we can adjourn by unanimous consent. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Meeting adjourned, and thank you, everyone.